Oh, let us say good day to you this day of your time. How are you all? All right? All right, thank you. First of all, thank you for the co-creation of this interaction, this day of your time, and the allowance of this transmission. We are always given a gift in being given an opportunity to interact with each and every one of you, for it expands our understanding of all the different ways that creation has of expressing itself. We would like to begin this transmission, as we have titled it, Dare to Dream. And the idea is we know many people on your planet have dreams that they imagine can unfold in their lives. But quite often, the definitions, the beliefs that you hold on to, hold you back from really taking action on those dreams, because the definitions allow you to create all sorts of reasons why it won't work, definitions that seem to make things more difficult than they need to be, obstacles in your way that seem sometimes insurmountable. But a lot of that happens because of the conditions themselves that you place upon your dreams, your excitement, your passion. We remind you that the idea of acting on your passion is to do it for its own sake, not because of where you think it will lead, not because it has to have a particular outcome, not because the thing that excites you in that particular moment has to come to fruition or create a manifestation of a particular sort. By acting on your passion to the best you're able with zero insistence on what the outcome ought to be or why it's happening that way, you then stay in the moment and allow things to unfold in the most natural way, the most synchronistic way. Synchronicity being the organizing principle that will bring you the circumstances and situations and opportunities that are required for you to continue to act on your excitement in exactly the correct order, at exactly the correct time that those circumstances and situations and opportunities need to appear in your life. But the key to allowing that to flow naturally, automatically, smoothly, effortlessly, joyfully, the key is the very first word in the formula. Act on your passion. Many people will allow themselves to sort of drift in their dreams, spend time daydreaming about things that could be, imagine certain scenarios, and wish they could come true. But the idea is you have created for yourself, by choice, a physical experience. Therefore, in order to ground the idea of your passion, to ground and connect that energy to your physical reality experience, it is important, critical, to actually take some kind of physical action on your dream. Now, we understand that very often, again, sometimes this may simply be because of the definitions that you're buying into, but it matters not for the purpose of this illustration, that you may feel like there is nothing necessarily you can do to take action on the thing itself that you are imagining is representative of your dream. But that doesn't mean you can't take action. There is always some action you can take in some way, shape, or form if you will open your imagination wide enough. It may not necessarily be the kind of action you may take should a certain opportunity appear in your life, but it still needs to be activated by you. The formula needs to be activated. You need to throw the switch. So even if there is not an action you can see that you could take that is the kind of action you think would be representative of the thing you say excites you, you need to use your imagination to figure out and create what kind of an action would at least be symbolically representative. That will start the ball rolling. That will be enough to complete the circuit and allow the energy to begin to flow. And once the energy is flowing, then it will begin to accelerate things and allow synchronicity to function as the organizing principle, bringing you the next thing you need and the next thing you need and the next thing you need, each of which will appear in your life by containing a little bit more excitement than any other option. And they don't have to come in a form that looks like it has anything at all to do with what you imagine to be representative of your passion. All you need to do is pay attention to whether or not the passion and excitement is there in that thing that has arrived in front of your face. It is the thread of excitement and passion to follow, not the form in which it comes. Because you never know exactly why it needed to come in the form that it has. Sometimes, because of the definitions and reasons and conditions that you may have placed upon your dreams, in the way that you may have chosen to limit yourselves, consciously or unconsciously, sometimes your excitement has to be delivered in a way that may look like it has nothing at all to do with the dream, but the excitement knows it is the thing that will allow you to move. It is the thing that will inspire you to take some action, so that you will then wind up in the place you need to be to actually receive what you need to receive that then may truly be connected to your dream. So that's why you have to have absolutely no insistence or assumption about acting on your passion, because sometimes the form in which it comes may not necessarily need to come to fruition. It may just be the thing that gets you to move, so you will wind up in the place where you need to receive the things you really need to receive. Now, the idea of action, again, as we have discussed from time to time, can even be symbolic, because when you infuse an action with the same level of excitement and passion, energy, that would be present were you acting on the thing itself that you may have visualized as your ideal scenario, the energy of that excitement itself is what will allow your body to read the thing you're doing, the action you're taking, as real. It's the excitement energy level that your body reads, not really the form in which the excitement comes. We know that sometimes you can attach all sorts of expectations to the form, but the body consciousness itself will respond to the energy before it will respond to the form. That's the first wave that you will receive. The first wave that will come to you will be the energy wave itself. From your higher mind, through your heart, then to your mind, then to your eyes. So the idea is to allow yourself to go with the flow of the feeling, to go, as you say, with your gut, and allow yourself to generate the vibratory energy that your body will respond to, as if the scenario you are creating is as real as anything in your physical reality. And once you allow your body to practice getting trained to respond to that vibration, it will be much easier for your vibration to drop all the things that are impediments and in the way and attract and let through to you the idea that is physically representative of that frequency. Again, it may not look like you think, but it will be exactly what you need. So, by way of example, by way of permission slip, we have a suggestion that can help train you into really paying attention to how to feel your way through this by taking an action that will generate the proper state of being that will get your body to be the most receptive antenna it can be and the most powerful transmitter it can be for the specific vibrational energy of what it is you need in your life that is representative of your ability and your path to live your dreams. So, you have to be willing to dare to take that action. It may sometimes seem very silly on the surface. It may seem to have nothing at all to do with what you say you're passionate about. But as long as it is, at least to some degree, in your imagination, symbolically representative of it, your body will pay attention to it as if it was the actual physical thing. So we would suggest, as we have before, but now in a different way, we will say, that if you can find no particular action to take on the thing itself, allow yourself to create the following permission slip. Get a pad of paper. Get some pens or pencils, whatever medium you prefer, or paint, and allow yourself to draw to the best of your ability. Doesn't matter. You do not have to be Leonardo da Vinci. Draw to the best of your ability a representational scenario of your visualization of an ideal outcome. Now, we've talked about visualization and how to use it by letting the visualization pump you up to the proper energy level and then dropping the picture so that you're creating a space that the higher mind can fill based on the energy that the visualization allowed you to create within yourself. So this is another way of doing this that's a little bit more physical for you, so you actually have some physical activity rather than just keeping the visualization in your head, in your imagination, in your mind's eye. So when you have your visualization of the so-called ideal scenario, first, of course, understand that it is simply a symbolic representation. But draw it out. Actually draw it out to the best you are able physically so that you actually can see it with your physical eyes. When you do that, when you've done it to your satisfaction, when it feels correct to you, that you have included everything in there that to you represents the ideal scenario, when you've included everything that when you look at the picture gets you really, really excited about that manifestation, allow yourself then to take that physical picture and burn it. Burn it up. Watch it burn. Watch it crumble. Watch it go up in smoke. And understand that at that moment, every single thing about that scenario and every single thing in that image has been encoded in the smoke. And let the smoke rise to the heights. And let it spread far and wide. Don't burn your house down. Let it spread safely, far and wide. And let yourself know that now every single bit of that idea is now encoded in the atmosphere around you. It is now spreading out farther and farther. Even though you may no longer be able to see the smoke after it dissipates, it is spreading out as a bubble farther and farther in your physical world. And all it takes is one little atom to find where it needs to go. It will find its path. They will all find their path. And that will allow you to know that you are actually creating a physical connection of that vibrational scenario to your physical reality. And those little atoms will be going out and being your guides, your scouts, connecting to what they need to connect to create pathways back to you, trails like dropping breadcrumbs back to you of all the elements that you truly need. Again, they may not necessarily look like things in the picture, but when they come to you and contain that passion, more excitement than any other option at that moment, you will know that you are receiving the response, you are receiving the echo, you are receiving the connection, you are receiving the message that comes from what you have sent out, that atom by atom is connecting to all the things it needs to connect to, all the people it needs to connect with, and bringing back along that connective line to you, vibrationally, in that smoke, in those atoms, all of the energy, all of the things you need to allow you to call to yourself every single representation, every single symbolic representation of what was in that idealized picture. Again, it may not look the same. It might, but it may not. But it is by the feeling you shall recognize the opportunity as being connected to that picture and being the response of what you sent those atoms of smoke out to connect to. Does this sound like fun? I beg your pardon? Yes. Again, the idea is to also remember to act on your passion in the most passionate way. To be passionate about being passionate. For that is the precursor state to everything that really needs to happen in your life. Passion, excitement, is your body's physical translation of the vibrational energy of your true essential being. So when you are willing in any way to act on your passion, even symbolically to entrain your body consciousness to recognize and get familiar through practice with that frequency, you will allow yourself to truly shift to a different reality that is far more representative of who you are, a far more representative reflection of who you truly prefer to be, and you will be most aligned with your vibration, your true essential vibration, just like that compass needle pointing to your magnetic north. None of what we're saying here is philosophy. This is physics, vibrational energy physics. We're simply giving you a different kind of switch with which to turn on your light and allow yourself to be able to see clearly that it will be reflected back to you, because there is nowhere else for it to go but here and now with you. Make sense? Yeah. All right, so have fun with it, the most fun you can have. Again, don't worry how the picture looks, as long as it is representative to you about the idea of the ideal scenario that you might be seeing in your imagination or your mind's eye. It will do just fine. And in fact, some of you may find that you'll have fun actually laughing at your own pictures. That can be part of it, and that's fine. So, do it if you wish, but take the action. See what happens. Many of you might be very surprised to see how quickly things might accelerate, because after all, when you burn things, what are you doing? You're accelerating the molecules. Therefore, that can be itself the representation of your acceleration, a reflection of the raising of your frequency. Yes? Not to burn you out, but so that you actually can burst forth into the world in a dynamic way. We thank you for allowing us to share this idea with you, this new permission slip with you. Have fun with it. And in return for the gift you are giving to us, in allowing us to interact with you, I ask now, how may we be of service to you? You may begin with your questions and dialogues if you wish.